Hello, my lovely students and dear parents. Here is Mr. Hawkar, your sunrise teacher. I'm glad to be here once again, um, teaching you, sending you these slides so that you can get a lot of benefit from them. Now, let's get started. In today's lesson, we will be talking about present simple question form. Present simple question form. Now, as you know, we have previously talked about and explained present simple positive form as well as the negative form. In today's lesson, it's all going to be about question form. How do we ask question? By using present simple. Now, let's get started. We are at Unit 14, Lesson 1. Unit 14, Lesson 1. It's going to be page number 46. 46. Now, this unit 14, it's all about public places. Public places. Now, you may ask this question, what is a public place, Mr. Haukat? Now, let me tell you. A public place is anywhere or any place that anyone has a right to go and visit there, okay? Now, there are many public places in every city. Um, for example, these words. Now, if you take a look at this page, we have school, park, hospital, shopping mall, restaurant, market, and houses. All right. Now, we can extend it to more words like zoo. Zoo is a public place. Hotels, museums, bazaar, which is a market. All right. Now, this is the idea. They are all public places in every city. Down here on the second point, ask and answer, we have this question phrase, which is how many? How many? The word how many. Now, let's talk about this one a little bit. We have actually many words for questions. This one is dedicated only for countable names. Now, if you take a look at this one, it says, how many is a question phrase used for countable names. Only for countable names, guys. Now, if we have an uncountable names, we cannot use how many. However, we have how much. For example, how much water do you drink per day? Now, this one is about how many. Like, how many brothers and sisters do you have? All right. And how many cousins do you have? How many friends do you have? Now, like this question example here. How many hotels are here? Or how many hotels are there? The answer could be there are 3 hotels. Or we can say there are some hotels. All right. Or on the other hand, we can say there is only one. Now the word there is, which is used only for one thing. There's only one. And we can also say there are none, which is there are no hotels in this picture. Let's move on. Now, second lesson is all about reading time. This is reading time, guys. Now, just like in our classes, I would like to read this one all by yourself right now. As you know, in the classes, we read these exercise with your partner or with your classmates. But here, I want you to read it with me. Now, let's start. The first picture. Does your father work in a school? Does your father work in a school? No, he doesn't. He is a chef. No, he doesn't. He is a chef. Okay. Does he work in a restaurant? Does he work in a restaurant? Yes, he does. He works in this restaurant. Yes, he does. He works in this restaurant. And that's his dad who says hello. Now, if you pay attention a little bit, if you take a closer look at this one, um, it says we use does for your father, which is he. All right, does your father, because it's not about you. It's all about your father, which is the pronoun he. Okay, so we can replace your father. You can replace your father with he. Okay, with he. That's why it always use does with this. Second activity. Now I want you to repeat it after me. This is Ricky Robot. Look at him. He's new. Does he speak English? Yes, he does. That's good. Does he say please and thank you? No, he doesn't. That is not good. That's not good. He's clever, but he's very, very rude. Now, you may ask about this word here, rude. Now, rude is just disrespect, means something or someone who's very disrespectful. All right, and yeah. So let's move to another one. All right, lesson three. Lesson three. Here we have these sounds. All right, different sounds of e, vowel e sound. Now, the first activity here, the first point, it says, I want you to repeat it after me. Desk, tree, mother, they, where. Once again, desk, tree, mother, they, where. If you listen carefully, there are a variety of E sounds, different sounds of vowel E, alright? Now look at this. Hear me out. Desk, it's A sound. Tree, it's long E sound. So it says tree. Mother, you see, mother, like father, doctor, teacher. They, where, where. So these are important to know the different sounds of vowel E. Second one, read, ask, and answer the questions. Read, ask, and answer the questions. Now we have this boy who says, I get up at 8:15. I go to school at 9 o'clock. I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Now here's a girl who says, I get up at 7:40. So the rest is for you guys. I want you to read it carefully. And yeah. And this one too. Read, talk about Soma and Shiva. It's just for you. Read it carefully at home and realize how they ask each other questions. This is the grammatical point here. Present simple question form. Now, please hear me very, very well. Pay attention. Look, does your father work in a hospital? Does your father work in the hospital? Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. Yes, he does, or no, he doesn't. All right. Second one. Does she study at night? Does she study at night? Yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. Does the bird sing during daytime? Yes, it does, or no, it doesn't. Now, like I told you in the classes, with the word does, we actually have the pronoun like he, she, and it. We can only use those with does, not other pronoun. You cannot say, does we go to bed every day? Or does we like banana? No, these are all wrong, guys. So please bear with me. Now, here's Unit 15, first lesson. This unit is all about possessions. 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 Now, the word possessions means any objects that belong to someone or they own it, they have it, okay? Any objects that they own it, they have something, and that stuff belongs back to them. So that's called ownership or possessions. We have these words: cap, jacket, scarf, gloves, sweater, and umbrella. Okay. Now you may have these stuff. Okay, but these are all called possessions. You can say my possessions are jacket, cap, scarf, like this. All right. Now you may have more possessions like bag. I'm sure you all have books, clothes, house, toys. All right. Video games, mobile phones, iPad, and such things like that. All right. They are all called possessions. Now, this is left out for you. Read the questions and choose the answers. Read the questions and choose the answers. Now, I'm just gonna read it for you guys. Does he have a scarf? Does he have a scarf? So choose one answer. Does he have gloves? Does she have an umbrella? Does she have a scarf? If you pay attention, guys, we have here something interesting. Um, After the word does, the verb is all base. Okay, now take a look at this, guys. Um, we cannot have is. I mean, you already know that with he, she, it, we have the verb has. We need to use has with he, she, and it. But here, in the negative and question form, we always use base form, the base form of the verbs after does. Okay. So that's it. This is reading time, of course. Reading time. Okay. I'm not gonna take up a lot of your time. I want you to read it carefully at home. Okay, and remember them all by heart, how they use it. Okay. Now, unit 15 again, and lesson 3. We have these different sounds of I, okay, or E, let's say, like big, like big, right, shirt. Once again, big, right, shirt. Now, take a look at this one. We have the sound E that are being used in different um, positions and different sounds, and like pick, bike, and bird. You see, they are all different sounds of E. Second one, ask and answer questions. This is all for you. Do they have bicycles? Yes, they do. Do they have motorcycle or do they have cars? No, they don't. Okay. Now this is the song actually that you need to sing at home. Uh-huh. Here's your last grammatical point here. Present simple question form. Now, in the first unit, in the first part, unit 14, we have talked about present simple negative form or question form, but with different pronouns and subjects. But here we have the pronouns like they, here, they. So, do they have gloves? Yes, they do, or no, they don't. Do Ari and Nian? Do Ari and Nian like Kurdish foods? Like yapraf? Yes, they do, or no, they don't. Now, I want you to write these sentences in your notebooks, okay? They are important and very fruitful. So, after the word, my point here is that after the verb to do, which is do and does, the verb is always base. The verb is always base. Base is means it doesn't have any ed or s's or nothing. It has no suffixes. All right. It's all alone. The base form of the verb. That was for today's lesson with summarize. I hope you have listened carefully and enjoyed this video. And last thing I would like to tell you that you have homework. You need to do the homework in the activity book all by yourself. I mean, units 14 and 15. All right? So, wishing you all the best, guys. Stay healthy and don't forget to read, 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 like I told you. Enjoy your time. Bye bye.